has spoken publicly for the first time about that suspicious incident, that's what police are calling it, that happened last month at a Miami hotel with two other NFL players. And Kaepernick saying that this is a incident that has changed the way he's thinking. You were an NFL player for a number of years. You know what it's like off the field and on the field. How did this change the way he's seeing things?
Well, I think, first of all, and no charges have come out against him, obviously, you've stated that. So it's kind of one of those things where you're guilt by association to something that may have happened. And because his name was put in that, he was brought into a negative light. And as an athlete, we always talk about we're in that fishbowl. Everybody can see what you're doing. And the things that you do that may not be a big deal become a big deal because of the name that you earn when you play in the National Football League or the NBA, but in this case, the National Football League. And for him, to me, it sounds like a light bulb has gone off. A light switch has switched on for him to understand that part of being a professional. And not everybody knows how to be a professional. Some guys go their whole careers and don't learn how to become a professional. To me, it sounds like he understands what it's going to take to be a better professional for himself, for his family, and especially for his team.
And what's it going to take?
It's going to take for him to say no to some things, to say no to even some of the people that some of these guys hang around with, guys that I've grown up with, and we've done some, questionable or dumb things in the past. Once my vision or my goal for where I want to be reaches this height, and theirs remain here, I have to cut ties with them. I can't hang out and do the things that I used to do at those times. And so these are the type of things that every guy has to face at some point. Some guys are able to do it, others can't.
Were you ever in a position where you had to say no to friends that you just had to cut ties with?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How hard is that?
It's tough because these are guys that you grow up with. These are guys that you've hung out with, but at some point you have to then look at, I was married. I had my wife. We had just had my son, Brian Jr. at the time. And so my decision to grow up, I can't do the things that I used to do. I can't stay out and some of the things that may have happened in those times. I have to make sure that I'm mature enough to take care of my responsibilities. And my responsibilities obviously was my wife and my son, but also my career, the brand, the Brian Dawkins brand. What am I showing people when I step out, when I'm out by myself? Who am I when I'm not around anybody? These are the type of things that I was consciously aware of.
Simple decision to grow up or not to grow up.
Absolutely.
Brian Dawkins with the latest on Colin Kaepernick.